So if you guys have been around, let's say the hot rod culture for long enough, you already know that there's certain things, certain little nuances and whatnot that it's unwritten rules. You just do it. And honestly, the motorcycle community is way more in line with this because you got, well, I'll explain it on this week's Tuesday Morning Tech Tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. So I know you guys have seen this before, right? Some guys on a motorcycle, they're out riding, they give them the two fingers, right? Every time they pass each other, you see it. And some guys are like, what are you doing? It's, whatever. But it's more than that, guys. It's more than just, hey, you got a bike, I got a bike. That's cool because, well, we're not the only community that does it, right? You see these guys with all their ducks on the freaking windshield and they wave everybody. But if something went wrong, now there's an exception to everything, but for the most part, if one of the mall crawlers is going down a road and they see another one on the side of the road, they're like, hey, he's probably got AAA, and they keep on going. Don't think another second about it. If they even wonder if he's got AAA, they probably don't even do that. And I say that because I've had Jeeps, I've been on the side of the road, and I've seen them guys keep on going and not give a damn. So I can speak from experience. Like I said, there's exceptions. It's not everybody. But I'm going to confidently say it's the majority of them. However, if you ever see one of these guys on the side of the road and another guy passes by on one of these, no matter if it's a Harley, a crotch rocket, a Japanese cruiser, an English sport, whatever, they stop, guys. And that's what it's all about. So you can call me a liar if you want, guys, but I say that confidently that no matter what you're on, somebody's going to stop because I've been on every type of motorcycle, guys. I started off on crotch rockets. I had a couple XS 650s, Yamahas, right, cruisers. My brothers had a couple cruisers, and now, yeah, we're on Harleys. Most of the guys I know ride Harleys on a daily. Well, as much you get it, all right? I have stopped on all of those motorcycles to help somebody, and I've also had people stop on, luckily not all of them, but on most of those. Most recently, actually I'm going to back it up a little bit further because I was helped. I told a story on the Monday Morning Memory about the EX500 I had, where I got stopped on the side of the road and spark plug come out, and I didn't know nothing about nothing at the time. I called Megan, my buddy Greg came with her, and then he fixed the bike. It was embarrassing. I should have known how to do it. But, well, spark plug shouldn't have popped out of the head, but that's besides the point, all right? Another time on that motorcycle, we had an issue. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was on the side of the road, and a guy stopped on a Harley with a very significant patch on his back, okay? And he stopped to make sure I was okay. And I did need a little bit of help. He helped me out. He went on his way. I was back on the road. I was on my way. He had more knowledge of motorcycles, not just the Harley that he was on, clearly, because he helped me fix my Ninja. But that was in the desert in California, which you don't want to be stuck out there very long. So I was like, wow, that really was, I was a new rider. I've been riding probably less than a year. And I was young, impressionable, and luckily that left a good impression on me, right? Knowing that no matter what rumors and all that you might hear about people in general, no matter what their affiliation is, dude helped me out, saved the day. Awesome. Now, fast forward a lot of years later, I'm cruising up to my parents' house, and there's a guy in a chopper on the side of the road. And he was in a very unsafe place. It was where two major highways came together on, well, I was in Maryland still, I think. Yeah. And I forget what highways it was, but it was like three lane come together. He was stuck right here, needing to get all the way over here. And, well, I said, I stopped. And I stopped in just as dangerous a spot as he did. That probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. But he had his girl with him, and there was just two of them on the bike. He built the bike from the ground up, so this guy knew how to fix it. The problem was he had an electronic ignition in it that fried, to where if he had points, we could have got him going again. So we didn't want to leave the bike there, so I helped him kind of stop traffic when it was slowing down enough to get him across the street to where it was a safer spot and he could not, in the middle of this intersection, so to speak, merge area. And that worked, and it got some attention to where somebody saw two guys on bikes and they stopped. They were also a rider, and gave him and his girl a ride. Everything was good. I went on my way, right? And it cost me nothing, right? Maybe it took 10, 15 minutes. I was already kind of in traffic, so it really wasn't that big a deal. But you'd be surprised how many people just blew past this dude and didn't care. And unfortunately, I'd be speculating. I don't want to speculate. But yeah, odds are a lot of those people that flew by, they knew better because they were riders. Just the statistics are there. So did they think because they weren't on a bike that it was okay? I don't know. I don't think, I would hope not, because many a time I'll be in one of my vehicles, this car, not a motorcycle, and we'll be driving and you see somebody broke down or especially with the hot rod, I try and stop. But I don't know how many times, just the other day I came out of the grocery store and this guy was trying to get his car going, a little Honda, nothing special, right? I was, hey man, you good? Oh, my battery's dead, man. So I gave him a jump. You wouldn't believe how many people walked past that guy and looked and went, and kept going. And I don't want to get into the whole, we've had videos on this before about, jump starting a car is going to damage my car. No, it won't. Shut up. Knock it off. Be a good person, right? So most recently, when I say most recently, I mean yesterday, we were out riding. I was out at the club, and we had a couple other clubs with us, and we were riding along, having a great time, right? A little breakout run. Everything was going good. And we could see rain coming in, so they were heading way far north, and we knew coming back we were going to get wet, and we decided not to do that. So we broke off, and we stopped over at the distillery, had a drink, and we were just going to break off and go home from there. Well, we got a phone call while we're sitting there, and apparently one of the guys we were with, something I've never seen before, nor did any of the people there with way more experience than me, they never saw it before either. This guy's voltage regulator on a Dyna burst into flames. He said it started sputtering, and he was thinking it was fuel. It was an older Dyna. So he's thinking, oh man, I didn't turn my gas on or something like that. So he's thinking it's fuel. So he's messing with it. Luckily, the guys behind him saw smoke, and it was a sputter, and then just died. And he's like, what the hell? And then whoosh, to where they pulled over, and everybody's pulling their gloves off and putting this fire out. So I think there's about 5 of them, or they pull in there and they call us because they knew, we lived local and we were broke off from everybody. So we're trying to, it felt like it was a long time, but it was like, it wasn't. It was probably like 2 minutes. Phone call comes in. Oh, well, I can go. Hey, who's where? Who's there? Everybody's thinking like, can we, how can we help, right? What's the most efficient way to get, because again, they're trying to dodge the weather and it sucks to be on the side of the road. They're like, well, we're safe. We're in this parking lot of this grocery store. Maybe 15 minutes up the road. Okay, cool. We'll be there. Just give me a minute. So it didn't take us very long to figure out that we were about 5 minutes from my house, and I had a truck, I had a ramp, let's go take care of this, right? So that's what I did. I shot out of there, jumped in this guy after I threw the ramp in the back. It wasn't helping him out, right? There was some confusion. I roll up there and I was like, hey, you guys need help? And they're like, we're good, we got somebody coming. I said, from your club? And they said, no, Combat Vets. I said, yeah, that's me. And they're like, oh, we thought you were going to be a different truck because Joe took the call and figured I was going to take my Tundra. I had a trailer on it. We'll talk about that in the future. But that trailer also had something on it. That's what we'll talk about in the future, so stay tuned. But I also figured this one sits a lot lower. It's going to be easier to load her in there. So we get loaded up, and of course, we're giving the guy a hard time. Whose bike is he going to ride on the back of to get home, and all that kind of stuff. It's all in good fun, right? And they're all offering me, oh, well, hey, we'll give you some gas money. I was like, nah, it's fine, guys. You're dealing with enough. I live 10 minutes down the road. We're going 10 minutes down the road. I don't care. It's not a big deal. And that's something I've always believed, things are going wrong, whether it's your car, your motorcycle, whatever. You've already got money on your brain because you're like, this is going to cost me money. There's no reason for me to be petty. What did it cost me? Maybe $4, if that, right? So stop. No reason for it at all. So we get it loaded. They made him take the picture in front of me bailing him out. Me and him in front of the bike on the truck as a whole, and we took off. Young kid, first motorcycle, first breakout ride, first everything, right? Just barely been on the road. And he's like, man, I can't believe this happened. They're telling me this never happens. I was like, yeah, I've been riding 20 years. I've never seen that happen. So, well, more than that. Jeez, we talked about this. Anyways, time flies. So we get it back to the house, and plus, before we left, they're like, hey, you need us to help offload this, that. I got it, guys. First off, it's a Dyna. It's a lowered truck. Shouldn't be a big problem. And gravity's going to help us out. So the two of us took care of it without a problem. But they were all willing to follow along. And now you guys keep doing what you're going. He's going to catch up and whatever, right? So we get there, offload. And as we're going, I'm talking to him, as an experienced rider to a new rider. And it was a great conversation. Really good kid, So we get there. We offload it. He's like thanking me a million times. He thought the truck was an S10. He was very apologetic about that. But it's whatever, man. He was making a compliment when he's like, "This is a really nice S10." I was like, "Well," we told him a little bit about the OBS. He's educated now. But as I'm going to leave, he's trying to hand me money. He's like, "Hey, you got to take some gas money." I was like, No. I'm not going to take money, dude. It's fine. Because, like I said, real young. He's probably, not going to, prejudge his financial situation, but he mentioned, man, I got to figure out how to pay for this. This is going to suck. I got to pay for this and this and that. And I was like, dude, you're good, man. These guys are going to help you out. You're all set, And that's the good thing about, having a bunch of people around you know what's going on. They'll usually lend you some assistance, some knowledge. You just got to be open to take it. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But he kept trying to give me the money, right? And of course, I was like, no. And he said, but man, you helped me out. I was like, right. And you're going to be in a situation that you can help somebody out. So whenever you're there, you see somebody in trouble, stop helping them out. And it keeps paying forward, guys. Just keep doing that. So he's like, well, what do I know? Well, how am I going to help? I said, dude, you can help just by stopping and giving somebody a ride, I didn't, even if I had no knowledge of repairs at all, I had a truck, I had a ramp, and some tie downs. So I had everything you needed. Whether I knew how to fix a motorcycle or not, I helped him. So he's like, all right, man. He shook my hand, he thanked me again, and I went on my way. And real eager kid, real, he's going to be fine, okay? But like I said, you got to be open your mind, willing to learn, willing to listen, willing to help. And unfortunately, guys, we all know the people that they're takers, right? I hate it, but I run into it quite a bit. Oh, you got a YouTube channel where you fix cars? Yeah, you know. Oh man. Well, hey, what's wrong with my car? Can you fix this? They'll give you random. You guys get it. Hey, my car's making a noise. What's that? I don't know, right? But and not that I don't want to help people. Don't take that wrong. But what happens is there's some people out there that just keep on taking. They never. Hey, can you help me fix this? And they don't need help. They want you to do it, and they don't want to learn. And then it happens again. They want it again and again and again. And then they never repay it. And that's what I wanted him to understand, which I think he already had it, because he right away put his hand in his pocket to pay. And so it makes me think he knows nothing's free, right? And I know that sounds douchey and it sounds like I'm expecting something, but I'm not by any stretch. What I told him was help somebody. I didn't say help me. You see somebody and help them, right? And we've lost that, guys. I don't want to say we have, because anytime I've been stopped on a bike, sometimes I'm waiting on the club or something and people stop. Hey, you good? I'm good, man. Now it's always guys on bikes, but not just, people drive. Hey, you okay? Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks. And I get it. Nowadays, everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got a way to get in contact with somebody. But maybe that guy needs a fuse or something simple you might have in your glove box, and you can help. A jump start, a push, hold the flash. I don't know, whatever that you can provide. Stop and ask a question. And if you're one of the guys that's looking for help, ask for help. But remember, it's help. Not you got somebody doing something, now they become like your personal mechanic that you just go over and drink their beer or something like that. Because it's just not cool, man. And it's only going to last for so long before people get tired of it and they stop taking your calls. So if that stung, change your ways. If you felt a little bit of pride because you're the guy that's stopping and helping, keep doing what you're doing, because everybody needs some help sometime. Yesterday, it was that guy. Tomorrow, it could be me, could be you. So think about that, and thanks for watching, guys.